Good afternoon, everyone. Before I begin, I would like to mention that SLUSE is a master program offered in UNIMAS, and it has two specializations. Together with us today, we have Associate Professor Dr. Tay Meng Guan, who is a chemist, Dr. Wong Sui Keong, a resource economist, and Dr. Samuel Lee Han, a microbiologist. My name is Haslina. I am a human geographer. Let us begin, shall we? While we have been talking about high-impact educational practices and future-ready curriculum in the recent years, SLUSE has in fact future-ready since its commencement in about 20 years ago. It all began in the 1990s when the call for sustainable development has critically emerged. The scientific community at that time, working on land based in Europe, were compelled to bring their voices to the global arena. They realized that in order to make it work, they will have to collaborate with developing regions, and they have chosen Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Africa. And that was how SLUSE Malaysia was born. The program was designed and developed to be a capacity building program to provide training and joint research opportunity to promote sustainable land use and natural resource management. It is designed to be multidisciplinary. It utilizes integrated approaches in this curriculum delivery, and more importantly, it is aligned with the Malaysia development plans, and it has been responding positively and still do to the sustainable development goals. So where are we after 20 years? Malaysia has produced 300 graduates, and global-wide, we have 1,100 graduates from Denmark, Indonesia, Thailand, and Africa. So these are our partners. In our curriculum delivery, we believe strongly in bridging abstract conceptualization with concrete experiences. This is very much guided by the COP experiential learning theory. And you can see this in how our courses are being distributed and structured. In the first Joint SLUSE module, students who are coming from different disciplines, they are required to take courses, and also they'll be exposed to different skills coming from across disciplines. After that, they will be joining the joint experiential module course, where they will be able to test and try out and experience the things they have learned in class. And this is where they will be brought to the field course, and they will be joined by our Danish counterpart in the joint SLUSE field course. I'm going to talk more about this later. After that, our students will be streamed into the core modules that they chose right from the beginning, which confer either the degree of Master of Environmental Management, specializing in development planning, and Master of Environmental Science, specializing in land and water resource management. The SLUSE curriculum is very much guided by the outcome-based education. In this, we ensure that our structure of the curriculum, teaching and learning delivery, and also assessment are being streamlined to meet the outcome-based education. So our curriculum is fluid and organic because we allow students from different disciplines to join the module, and when they are in the module, in the program, they'll be exposed to different courses, tools and techniques that are coming from different disciplines. And I'm happy to share that right from the beginning, SLUSE Malaysia is developed with the global partnership in mind. We have been working closely with our partners at the University of Copenhagen and Roskilde University in Denmark. And this, we work together in the joint field course exercise. Our teaching and learning delivery are transformative because apart from using the classroom, we are using the real living lab. This means that we are using the river for water testing, cave for animal trapping. We go to the community to talk to the community about to understand their problem and how they carry out their livelihood. And because of this, our students have actually benefited tremendously from the experiential learning approaches that we have actually embedded in SLUSE. Our assessment is equally transformative because it is integrated, authentic, and to some extent it is challenge-based. For example, our students, like I mentioned earlier, have training in different disciplines. So they are required to work together with other students, not only from Malaysia, but also from other countries, and they are required to solve a problem or to carry out certain tasks in an authentic environment, oftentimes unfamiliar to them. And they are required to accomplish these tasks. For example, data collection within a given time. And given this strength of SLUSE, we managed to capture 6 out of 9 high-impact educational practices element in our curriculum. This is an example where our student was very happy for being able to catch a bat. Okay, next, moving on to the involvement of our students. I'm happy to say that our students have been doing very well in the industry. Many of them are holding key positions, and because of that, we need them to come back and provide input to us on how to make our curriculum sustainable and even more relevant for the future. Our students have actively provided input in the curriculum review or the continuous quality improvement exercises that we have carried out all this while. We also invited them to become industrial advisory panel that responded to the questions by the external expert, and through the tracer study, we are able to identify what are the strengths and what are the industry that our students can participate so that we can identify the strength in those industries which we can use it to enhance our program. And more importantly, our students are actively involved in giving back to the community. In the class, in the field courses, for example. And in return, our community also provided feedback on how our students perform during the time with the engagement. So 20 years, so as mentioned, we have been here for about 20 years. So what are the impacts that we have created so far? I'm happy to say that we have created more versatile students. This is evidenced by our high graduate employability, which is more than 85% a year, which is higher than the national level and which is higher than the rate recorded by our university. The impact to the community is happened when, rather than sending the whole community to Denmark or our group of students to Denmark, we bring Denmark to them. So they will be having engagement, and this is where knowledge sharing and exchanges took place. And it has been going on for 20 years. And at the national level, our graduates, create employment, and our students, especially from Denmark, help to boost the tourism sector because oftentimes they will extend their stay to experience the local attractions in Malaysia. And this has actually helped to generate the national income. And more importantly, to the university, we have created a quality education program, and we have managed to generate income at least 260,000 a year, amounting to 5.2 million for the past 20 years. So the reason why I'm using generating income is because this is a commercial program. We are not funded by the university. Our students actually pay 17,272 ringgit per person to be in the program. And clearly, this benefit has actually boosted UNIMA's image in the international arena. And these are some of the evidences of impact of SLUSE-M. As mentioned, 60% of our graduates hold key positions in the industry. That means they are actually holding positions where they can make decisions pertaining to land use and natural resource management in the industry. And this is one of our successful graduates. He graduated in the year 2002, and he forms the second largest environmental consultation firm in Sarawak. And these are some of the examples of what they say. And apart from collaborating in the field course, our resource persons are also involved. They work together in publication and research. And this email just arrived last week, stating that our Danish counterpart is happy to come for the next field course in 2020. And they are actually urging us to start thinking about where to go. And these are the impacts that we have covered all this while. So we have covered 20 locations, mostly in Sarawak. We have benefited over 100 remote communities, and we have actually initiated impactful projects. One example that I can share with you is the initiation of the Tagang system in the remote community during the remote community. Before the field course, the community was unaware about how to promote their kampong as an ecotourism attraction. And this report is the findings that we share with the community members every year. And this is an example of a student buying local handicraft from the kampong. And wherever possible, we will provide motivational talk to the students. To conclude, I would like to stress again that SLUSE is a future-ready program because we train our graduates as much as possible to be ready for the uncertainties of the future, be it when they have access to 5G or when they are landed in an area where there is no G. Because of this, we believe that SLUSE will always champion the cause for inclusivity within diversity. With that, I thank you. We have run out of time, right? Okay.
When the program owner or program developer anticipating the large radar of your student then can reach out to the society, you might have a background of the affective domain that should encounter. So I did not see actually in your program development whereby that part, other than the psychomotor and also the cognitive part, is really important, but it seems that affective domain are much more needed in running this program, right?
Okay, when talking about the affective domain, then we look at our PEO and PLO mapping first. So we have certain curriculums that are designed for the affective domain, but we merge into the psychomotor. Okay, like for example, affective domain, we have communications. Let us, take some time to open the file. So like affective domain, then it has the one that like communications, like leadership. Yes, we have, because inside the field course, we divide the student into different groups. And then inside the different groups, they are working together. They need to present in front of the villagers and also in front of the government officers. So this is an effective domain that we are having the communication skill. And also, importantly, we also have the leaders, which then we can see who is have the leadership properties that among the inside the students. So sorry, I think we have problems.
I suppose that this is very community based. Yeah?
Okay.
So your community service, communities and social responsibility in drawing your program is quite high, I suppose. Said your community, your responsibility for the society in bringing the understanding of community about SLUSE.
Yeah.
Right. So that could be very important. Basically, not other than the communication skill, leadership skill, I think the learning domain of
The community
having
parts.
your student involved in community part.
Yes, this is part of the social science. Dr. Wong, that is a part of the social science elements.
Okay, yeah, we very much design our programs so that we impart the values to not only love the environment, but also the students will embrace the community development programs for these two core disciplines. Yeah.
This
And
is 42 credit. I saw the calculations.
Yes,
now.
correct.
So it actually involves maybe full-time and part-time student.
Yes.
How you allocate your student into having the project, which is sometimes they have to go out from town to the remote area and so forth. How do you do that? How do you activate the student involvement?
Okay, yeah, because we have already told the students this is the structure of the program, which is always implemented during weekends, okay, Saturday and Sundays. So a lot of our students are professionals, working professionals. So they will be informed earlier regarding the structure of the program, whereby they will allocate about 14 days, yes, for the joint field course for JEM 6025. Of course, that one is entirely living in the kampong or living in the village and to do all the interdisciplinary field course. Yes, yeah. And then, of course, there are other courses which also embedded other effective values inside all our courses in the program itself. Yeah.
It is actually society-based program.
Apart from society-based, then we also need to study the environment because we need to know the land use, what is the impact to the environment. So that in one of the courses that the reports that on your table is the EIA reports. So whereby the student, when they conduct the field course, they also collect the data. And when after the field course, they learn how to do the EIA. Yeah, environmental impact assessment. Yeah, it's really is designed for the future for the student actually, future ready. Okay.
So where is the graduate working? Is it in the government or where is it? Or industry?
We have the impact.
We have the impact.
Okay. Actually, our student working with the government sector, some are with the if you look at this, for example, like some of our students are working with the Sarawak Forestry. Okay, some of them are working with NREB, which is the Natural Resource Environmental Board, and even Jabatan Pertanian, Sarawak Energy, ChemSign, which is a consultant company, and actually, during our curriculum review, this student, our external examiner will interview them, okay, to give feedback to our program, to improve on our program. So the industry actually giving feedback directly to our program through our own student, okay, because most of them are working outdoor. Yeah, for the decision making. Okay.
Okay, so based on your program design, I can see that you follow something like the KPM or the future ready classroom. We divide to the, we can see that you divide to the curriculum structure, delivery methods, and the assessment. After that, you impart of something like the service learning inside there. So what is the wow factor, the wow factor to explain that this program is good? Can you describe about that? And you need to compare with the other program, with the similar program. Okay. The important thing is the wow factor.
Right.
So something like the student see your booklet or something, they say, oh, this is
Yeah.
something good, you know, and this is different with the other program.
Right. The first wow factor that I can say is that it is a multidisciplinary program focusing on land use and natural resource management. I would believe that this is the first ever, this is the only program that, that uses this approach in Malaysia. In fact, we have some universities from Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology wanting to come and join our field course because they really want to see how we implement it. And then our external examiner at one time was actually came to and asked if she can join our field course because she also wanted to start a curriculum. So that for us is an indication of how we are unique in that sense. And then the second wow factor, which I think is wow, is our international collaboration for 20 years with Denmark. And it started in the 1998, and it is still continue up until now. And they come every year with equal number of students. They will match it with our own number of students, so that there will be an equal representation of our student and Danish student in the kampong. So they come every year. So we also, and also I will have to share with you that when we prepare our field course, we have to prepare at least 4 or 5 months ahead. Means we have to go and talk to the community, get their consent, and tell them what are the things that we're going to do. And then when it is more or less finalized, then our friend from Denmark will fly over and let us go around. Yeah.
Okay. I think because this is something to do with the environment, the awareness are still very, perhaps very low as far as Malaysia is concerned. Of course, in Sarawak, Sarawak is the Borneo part where a lot of environmentalists comes in and do research from out over the world. It's just that the of this program is not there. Perhaps because it's environmental. I want to see what do the students graduate becomes. That one is still not yet very clear. Is that become a researcher, really a researcher, or is that something that you can say is that yes, this is what these students are graduating from this?
Actually, our students mainly graduated as the environmental officers. Like for example, we have many students graduated from the natural environment board.
Natural and environmental board of Sarawak.
Natural Resource and Environmental Board of Sarawak, and then we have quite many students graduated from Sarawak Biodiversity Centers. Not graduated and joined to the Sarawak Biodiversity Centers. And importantly, some of the students, they also become the teachers. Of course, if you look at the industry, then you must want to see some like tangible products, but we are mainly on the environment. That's why we mainly focus the student graduate and focus on the environment. And also, those students also graduated like Jared Tan. He is the founder of the Sarawak second largest environmental consultants company. Yeah.
Perhaps to strengthen the factor is that in our program, we humanize the natural scientists, which means that they will have to be, apart from going out to take water sampling, they will also have to talk to the community on how the practices can actually affect. And in that process, we actually help to provide knowledge to the community. That means we have, in our curriculum, we will ensure that the social sciences and the natural sciences come together. That means most of the time in the field course, the students, regardless of their training, will conduct in-depth interview with the community. So what I can say is we humanize the natural sciences, and also we impart technical knowledge to the social sciences. Okay, for example, when the community complain that the water is dirty, well, this person can actually go, this student is being trained with water sampling and water testing knowledge. So this is how we bring the two together. And to us, that is actually the strongest factor that sells the program, because we will allow our students to be more versatile. And when we talk about talking about people who started environmental consultation firm, we need to remember that now in Malaysia and also in Sarawak, we are branching out to social impact assessment. So in the future, social impact assessment will be as important as environmental impact assessment. And therefore, Gerald Tan has actually go into the area of social impact assessment. And that is how our students can be more relevant, especially those coming from the social sciences background.
And over the years, we bring the students to different communities, and then we bring awareness, environmental awareness, to the villages that we have visited so far. So that is the things that maybe is wow. Yeah.
Very well, very well.